Aloha, beautiful lovelies. So today I'm going to be playing around with concrete vessels and I'm really excited for it. So I have three vessels. I have a oblong vessel, I have a square vessel, and I have a circle vessel, as well as top pieces to go for each of them. This will be my first time attempting to do cement vessels, as well as So this will be my first time doing cement vessels, so I'm really looking forward to it. But for the actual vessel part themselves, they have two parts. Oh, this is fun. It's gonna be fun to get out. So they have two parts. They have the harder shell, which is plastic, and then they have the silicone form that goes into it and can be removed to help making the molding a little easier. We have the circular one, we have the square. I'm gonna go ahead and cut that. So we're back with scissors. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut to separate these two molds. Beautiful. We're gonna test a couple of things today. So the mix that I'm using is cementol, which does have rocks in it. Aloha lovelies. So this is editing Kiera. So I realized that the mix that I was using, it wasn't actually cementol. It's just called concrete mix, but it's from Rapid, which also makes cementol. So when I was trying to Google it and find like the picture, because I have the blue bagged one, it was just showing as cementol. But when I actually went back downstairs and looked at the bag, I saw that it was just red concrete mix on it. Just to clarify. So I'm gonna try one in its full natural form. I think I'll do that one in the circular base, just to see how well it looks as far as texture-wise on the outside. And I know keeping it in its full form would keep the structural integrity the most. So we'll try it that way, and then we'll try one with it sifted, and we'll probably do that in the square mold. And then we'll do one sifted and with color. Okay, so their molds are a little smaller than I thought they were gonna be. And from really looking at reviews and whatnot in the different candle groups, that seems to be a common theme, as everyone thinks that they're gonna be larger than what they actually are. And they're just not. So I'll definitely end up needing to get a bigger mold because I wanted these to be relatively large candles. I also don't mind having a smaller concrete line as well, because I wanted to put my luxury candles in the I wanted to put my luxury candles in the concrete vessels. So we can have a couple of sizes to start. And I'll look at that other website that I know a lot of people recommend, that do these, and they specifically make them for candle makers to be used for candle vessels. And they're really, I heard that they're really sturdy, they're heavy duty, they are a bit pricey, but they do exactly what you need them to do. So if it's a good quality product and it's getting you the results that you want, then I don't have a problem spending money on that, you know? So what I was spraying them down with is just alcohol to try and remove some dust and debris. They don't recommend inhaling any of the dust from the concrete. which is smart for anyone, but especially for me since I'm asthmatic. So I need to always make sure I'm taking extra caution and care to protect my airway and my airflow. I haven't had a serious reaction in a very long time, but I have noticed, like, whenever I'm doing woodworking or really anything that has like a high dust particle situation, I do feel it the next day and I feel horrible. I feel so horrible, super stuffy. I can kind of feel it on my chest a bit. Not to the point where like I feel like I need to take a treatment or a puff or anything like that, but enough where I'm like, I really need to not do that again the next time. So I actually do have another mask on order that's on its way, specifically because I've been doing a lot of woodworking projects. And this is the mask that I've been using, but it hasn't been the best. And I mean, it's not really meant to be, but it does do a good job as far as like I don't feel like I'm dying, you know? And I think for like just the average person, it would be fine too. But we're gonna put this bad boy on. I also don't like this one because it hurts my jaw, oddly enough, when I have it on. But anyway, and then I'm gonna just change out my glasses to my prescription safety glasses. They actually fit with my mask a lot better and easier, which is helpful. So when I'm wearing my regular glasses, they are very uncomfortable actually, and it makes wearing a mask more uncomfortable than it needs to be. This is my first time doing these, so I don't really know how much water and how much concrete I need. So I'm gonna track it. This is the first batch. And we're going to leave it in its natural state. So that is 191 grams in this bad boy. I'm going to fill this one as well, because I would feel like I think I'm going to need both to really get that done. Got my cup of water here. I've got my spoon. I'm gonna make a little divot and gonna tear. Let's tear, making a little divot there. Beautiful. Okay, and then I'm just gonna pour. Start with 45 grams of water. Pull it off here. Start mixing. So it's going to have a pretty quick mix time. Very rocky. I've got it pre-incorporated on one side, but the other side is just like, really does not have it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add, because it's still really runny, so I am going to add some more concrete. Okay, I think that's gonna be a good thickness. Rocks and all. And circle, this is a circle for this one. So let's pull it just like an end of this end. Bringing me back to my baking days. Now we're down to the nitty-gritty that didn't want to cooperate. A little bit more water. And on those, for the next one, and start sipping. Right. So what I'm going to try first, add a little water in first. And we have 232 grams of this. Get that out of the way. We're going to mix it like this. And we'll take it from there. Okay. Came out. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pouring this. Got about half, well, 3/4 really. beautiful lovelies. So this is the next morning. So let's check out our vessels. So the square one, that's really cool and interesting looking way that that's settled. The side profile, you can definitely see like there's some movement in it. So I don't know, like specifically like on this side, it looks textured almost. Like when cheese curdles or something along that line. Hi, Callisto. And then this bad boy. So this is the one where we didn't remove any of the rock. Yeah, you're inspecting. Inspection kitty. Yeah. So this is the one where we didn't remove any of the rock that came with the mix, and this one is the one that we did remove the rock. So it looks like there's some settling, which I'm not quite sure what that means as far as the structural integrity. So we will be testing that out. And then the inside has it as well. So that could just be where the water seeped through it. This one doesn't have it as much. Not nearly as much. You can see like a little texturing on that side. And then of course, the half of the dish that broke, that I snapped in half the other day. So that was interesting. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to squeeze these and see how well they hold up just to the strength of a hand. So we'll start with this one since we already know this one broke. See if it's a little stronger today. So no, it's not. It definitely just snapped right in half. Yeah, I like just snapping off. So that's interesting. And I'm gonna put that to the side. Okay, so then we have this bad boy. I'm gonna squeeze in. Okay. 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 So this one definitely seems pretty solid, which I'm very happy about. So I really do think that this one had to do with a couple of things. One, you can see from this angle that it wasn't filled all the way, so I don't think the entirety of the structural integrity was there for this particular piece, you know? And then the other part was just not fully incorporating the color and water, the added water that I had to add into the colored concrete, because this was the colored one. And then we can also try it with some mica powders, like the actual like concrete safe like coloring, stuff that's meant to color concrete, because I know those color it a lot better and a lot more vividly, which will be nice. But I did like this light pastel-y blue coloring that came through with the paint. Gold didn't come through, and then the silver didn't really come through in the concrete mix. So those would definitely be things that I think we would need to like just put in it and then cast over it with the concrete and not necessarily mix it right into it. So yeah, now let's try the circle. Stress it. So these both seem very solid. So this is where we're gonna leave this video off, and part 2 will be going over the cure with the oil that we'll be using, as well as the pour, and then testing that over time. All right, see you guys next week.